Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Stellaris, the code-dominant human-elf campaign. In the last episode, we continued working on getting the new ships built to replace the ones we lost when clearing out the contingency down here. And then we moved the fleet up here into the galactic north to take up position here to prepare for operations in this region. Which are going to include taking out the contingency pockets, possibly annexing a portion of the Kark Empire, and liberating the Human League from the Ozcox. So those are kind of the plans we have in here. We may also try and take out some of Metatron territory. We'll have to see. Or we may decide to tributary the Omni Foundry. There's a lot of options over here, militarily. The other thing we did is we got started, finally, repair work on the Ring World and the Gate of Heaven system. One of the damaged segments is now under repair. It's going to take us about 4,000 days to finish that. We're going to continue putting resources into this project as they are available and not needed elsewhere. And then we also started a construction project for a orbital habitat here in the Border Star system. These take about 900 days to finish, if I remember correctly. We're about 22% done, so hopefully that'll finish soon. In fact, let's just go ahead and unpause it and get it moving. Now, speaking of unpausing, I did go ahead and run the game forward a little bit, not a lot, maybe a few months at most. Primarily just to finish the new reactor technology that we were working on. Got that done, went through all of the ship designs, put in the new reactors, adjusted their shields and armor to account for the now available power. Did all that. That took a little while. What's this? Scientists on Tegira were surprised to register an immense solar superstorm bypassing the moon. The storm, a coronal mass ejection that had apparently been missed by sensors until nearly striking the colony, could have caused widespread and in many cases irreparable damage to the electronic infrastructure of Tegira. Had the ejection hit the world, who knows how many could have died in the ensuing chaos. The sign of divine intervention, the planet was saved, or the more we colonize, the less danger events pose. Let's actually get to growth speed. We have some planets we need to repopulate. And what advancing time forward also did is allowed me to build up a little bit of resources to get more ship construction queued up. So now we have all of the battleships that I want to build queued in, and I have all of the cruisers that I'm going to need to build also queued in and running. So that's good. Interestingly, in that time, we also managed to fulfill the mandate of our ruler. Which was to build some science stations, I guess, because we rebuilt the science stations that were destroyed, and that completed it, which gives me a pile of influence that I spent on grabbing some resources from the stockpiles in our sectors. So I probably could grab another stockpile of energy credits from here. Their surplus isn't that great. What did I have them set as? Is a research focus, and they're like one of our best power producers, interestingly. I think I'm going to hold off on doing that for the time being. So, as far as ship construction goes, we just have destroyers and corvettes to build. And we need to build a Titan. Because that Titan with the fire coordinated fire module significantly increases the, military capabilities of the fleet by just being there. Alright, so we are at 14 destroyers. I want 16 more. The spaceport orbiting Gnosia has been scuttled. We're still trying to piece together exactly what happened, but it appears that several members of its command staff, including the chief engineer, have been replaced by synthetic infiltrators. Between them, the things must have managed to obtain the spaceport's self-destruct codes. Most of the station's crew managed to evacuate to the surface of Gnosia before it was destroyed. The losses in both material and property are substantial. This is a disaster. It is. That was a fairly big...
Construction complete.
Powerful spaceport, if I remember correctly.
Construction
Maybe
complete.
not, actually. I don't know. Oh well. It'll have to get rebuilt. Alright, let me just double check what we were looking at. I was looking at destroyers. Apparently it was just building one class of destroyer, Rykos class. Which we need 16 more of those. We should be able to do that. For 8, 10, 12, 14. Anybody almost done cruisers? Well, we'll just put one in there and one in there. Okay, so that'll take care of all the destroyers we're going to need. And I was up to, I think, 30 corvettes as well. So we need 22 of those. Simple enough. Which we were using... I was doing the Andros or the Adenos. I can never keep those straight. I probably should have changed the class name. The torpedoes, yeah. Andros class. Well, they're not that much cheaper than the destroyers. Let's see, that's gonna be 2, 4, 6. I queued in the wrong ones. Come on, get rid of that. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8. $14 more to go. Let's see if there was a sector that had a nice pile of minerals, which
log updated.
We don't, because we've already swiped everything we possibly can. It'll take them a little while to build back up. They're swinging over here to rebuild something. They're building a military station. Alright, looks like they get another one of these fleets out. So they drove off the other Empire's forces. Looks like they took a planet over here. And they're in the process of exterminating the inhabitants. What I want to do is I want to hit this system, and I want to break that fleet, that sterilization hub. And then we can go ahead and absorb these planets at our leisure. And leave these other fleets to do what they're going to do. Because once the sterilization hubs are destroyed, it pretty much ends the threat of the contingency. I don't believe that they can build any new fleets without their sterilization hubs. And then it's just a matter of cleaning up the fleets that they do have and retaking the worlds that they have purged. Is this the home? Yeah, that's where the sterilization hub is, there. What I'm hoping they do is get a little bit too close to the Gulk-Fricka Crusaders, because if they begin to move into their territory, that'll evoke a response from one of those old empires. And I doubt that they have the firepower to take out a fully awakened Empire fleet.
Technology discovered.
Alright, edict cost minus 15%. That's nice. Gene banks. That's for clones. Gene modification points. Synthetic thought patterns. Resettlement cost. Robot resource production, army health plus 10%. I'm gonna take the army health plus 10%. "13 months on neutron torpedoes," because we haven't upgraded any of our torpedoes. Speaking of torpedoes,
construction complete.
Let's see, it's gonna be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 12 and 14. So there we are. All of the ships well, not all the ships, all the basic ships needed to fill out the fleet to the where we were when we engaged the contingency a couple episodes ago are in the queue. And I now need... How many minerals does those things take to build? Uh, 11,432. So that would be 22 months, 20 to 22 months plus or minus at our current mineral gain rate. Now what I could do... you get 5,000... What if I buy the minerals? Let's see. I'd be able to get 8,000. No, let's just hold off for now. I probably could send the fleet right now and win the battle. But the more ships we get into this fleet, the better it's going to be. Because the plan is going to be get in here, break this system. Let's see, what is this? Is it glacial world? Do we have anybody that can live there? We do.
Construction complete.
Oh, we have a new election campaign going on.
Construction complete.
Is there anybody here that we would actually be interested in? They have a capacity plus 15%. That'd be interesting, but let's see. Energy credits plus 10%. If we build 4 new orbital mining stations, we get a very high reward. Now, would that count demolishing an existing one and rebuilding it? That energy credit... I could... How much would supporting... And you're on cruiser focus. It is 10% extra energy credits.
Construction complete.
I mean, we're produced 863. It would get us, what, 86 more energy credits? I mean, that'd be something. But I don't know if it's worth spending a large pile of influence to get it. We'll just see how it goes. There's a Kark fleet. Attacking subunit A-086. Who are you at war with? Let's see. We're just starting to finish up the corvettes. How goes construction of the habitat?
Complete.
55% done. Alright, if I... let's see. I get 3,000 more energy credits. I get 5,500 more energy credits. No, it's not energy credits we need, it's minerals. 1,800 minerals.
Construction complete.
You know, the other thing we all need to do is get the border defenses back up and running. Let's see, there's the Kark hunting grounds. Fleet.
Construction complete. Log updated.
Alright. Oberlut has been elected Archon. He's a fleet naval organizer. He has a naval capacity plus 15%, but he's scandalous, so he reduces happiness across the Empire. Not Empire, Republic. What can we... oligarchic? Nah. We can't add any new civics, okay.
Construction complete.
Alright, all the ships are done being built. Well, minus the Titan. Let's go ahead and run upgrades because there are ships in there that haven't received the upgrades yet. The new reactors.
Ships upgraded.
Alright, we do have a long list of ships that need to get where they need to be. Still trying to think here. Here's what I'm gonna do. Let's buy some of the minerals we need. And then we will grab out of this sector their energy credits. And then we can get the Titan building. Because that thing is going to take a while to build. 760 days. About what, 2 years to build? This habitat will definitely be done before then. So we'll start to fill it out. How far we have to go? 3,500 days on this. I mean, I could start another one, but I don't want to spend too many energy credits because we're going to need them once we embark the fleet and begin landing troops on contingency planets. We will need a nice stockpile.
War has broken out.
Ooh, what happened? Kark Hunting Ground has declared war on the Metatron Directive. Interesting. Wonder what the war goal is. Metatron have a 174,000 strength fleet. We know the Kark have or had a 200,000 strength fleet that appears to not exist anymore. Silfae Star regime has joined the League of Non-Aligned Powers. It's probably another one of those Silfae citizen regime. Yeah, because the Silfae are all broken up. Silfae Galactic Assembly, Interstellar Silfae Combine, Silfae Shipping Alliance. Part of that's our fault. We did a lot of work breaking them up back in the day. Now, will you guys actually give me... They will let me associate with them. They are... Give me a big positive bonus for Ragnarok. I don't want to join their federation. Other exceptions is close. Mutual threats, relative power of empires, galactic crisis. Let's see, would you be willing to give me an active sensor link? For 30 years, we would want to send you an instant transfer of, let's say, 1,000 energy credits? There we are. Let's see. What's going on over here? There are autonomous clusters. That is a strong autonomous cluster fleet. Yeah, the normal is about 150. Alright, so we know of 3 enemy fleets. Contingency fleets. Ah, Tatib 1B has been terraformed. Sweet. So we can get a colony established there. Engineered environment, very low gravity, the ancient temple. What does the surface look like? It's very, very small. But let's go ahead and colonize it. URC Amalia in orbit around habitat. Where? We have a colony ship. We are gonna send we do want to send some psionic. I guess we'll send some psionic humans. Intelligent, yeah, let's go for it. Want to go for minerals or spend energy credits? Let's go with the minerals. And let's drop. Let's just call it that. But they come up with a name for this colony. Oh, actually, we probably did not want to do the colony ship from there. From here would be a better idea. I'll just call it Teddy Prime for now. We'll rename it later. Alright, now we are... Oh, Admiral exposed as synth. Admiral Mikbaeren has been exposed as synthetic infiltrator. A string of irregularities and reports of unusual behavior prompted naval intelligence to launch an internal investigation of the Admiral. When the truth was revealed, a Marine fire team confronted the synth. After a brief struggle, it fled into an airlock and ejected itself into space. Despite a thorough search of local space, it has not been found. The real Admiral's body was found stuffed into a locker in her quarters, and judging by the state of its decomposition, the synth must have replaced her 4 months ago. It looks like it was getting ready to transmit a data package containing deployment information and other military secrets. The transmission never got out. So we've lost our Admiral. Do I have another admiral? I do not. I need to hire a new one. Alright, who do we have available? Sofont 0Z8. Ship upkeep minus 10%. I think at this point we need to take that. Recruit you. Alright, there we are. Alright, but I was always about to say that we are getting at the end of the episode here. What I may do is actually run the game forward long enough to get this Titan built and in position for next episode, and then we'll go ahead and launch our attack on the contingency forces up here and try and break Sterilization Hub 001. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.